is simple and can be used with any programming language. And in a short time, Apache Storm has become a standard for distributed real-time processing systems that allows you to process large quantities of data. And here is the purpose of technology. So we divided it into two categories, which are prevent and optimize. So for example, in the financial industry, in the prevent case, you can use it for securities fraud, operational risks, and compliance violations. And in the use case for the financial industry, is like order routing and pricing. And there's also the telecom industry, and then the retail. So like for the prevent is like stock outs, and for the optimization is like offers and pricing. And then there's the manufacturing industry, as you can see. For the prevent use case is the quality assurance, and then for the optimization is like supply chain optimization. Yeah. And we have the transportation industry and then the web industry. Next, we explore what kind of data can be used using Apache Storm, and we found out that it uses data such as like web server log files, and then it can also be used for data like social media, like Twitter, like the messaging queues and all that. And yeah, an Apache Storm topology consumes streams of data and processes those streams in complex ways, dividing the stream between each stage of the computation, however needed. And then a Storm streaming process can access tens of thousands of messages or data per second on a cluster. And so examples of data entered in for analysis can include operational data, historical and archived data, data from social media, service data, and so on. Some specific new business opportunities include real-time customer service management, data monetization, or cybersecurity analytics and threat detection. And moving on to the architecture. Here's the diagram. So to explain this diagram, it's a bit like similar to Hadoop. So Hadoop has the I think it's called the job tracker, I think. Yeah, the job tracker. And in Storm, it's called the Nimbus. So the Nimbus itself is responsible for distributing the correct tasks and codes to machines, as well as monitoring the performance so that the data can move smoothly. And then there is what is called the worker, which is a node that run a cluster of supervisors that are capable of handling single or multiple worker processes on their nodes. The supervisors are given instructions by the Nimbus, and they start and stop the worker processes when required. And as Apache Storm is unable to manage its cluster state by itself, it requires help from Apache Zookeeper, which facilitates the right communication between Nimbus and supervisors with the help of message acknowledgements, processing status. And I would pass it on to my friend, Rifki, if you're there. Rifki. Right, I think he's away from the keyboard. So moving on to the process and components. So there is it has three critical components. There is a topology, a stream, and a spout. So topology is a graph of computation. It is needed to do real-time computation on Storm. Each node in a topology contains processing logic, and links between nodes indicate how data should be passed around between nodes. And then a stream is an unbounded sequence of tuples. Storm provides the primitives for transforming a stream into a new stream in a distributed and reliable way. And the basic primitive Storm provides for doing stream transformations are spouts and bolts. Spouts are a source of stream. For example, a spout may be connected to a Twitter API and emit a stream of tweets. And a bolt consumes any number of input streams. There's some processing and possibly emits new streams, like computing a stream of trending topics from a stream of tweets. And yeah, so if you make all this together, it becomes a network, and which is known as also the topology itself. And yes, here's the visualization and of a topology. And yeah, so Dean tried to download the app itself, but it was pretty hard. So yeah, we just screenshot random displays of the software itself, I think. Yeah, so they give the summary of the cluster and the summary of the Nimbus process, and the topology is empty. And yeah, here's the Nimbus configuration. Oh yeah. And yeah, summary. Storm is very simple. It is used by many developers, so they can write Storm topologies using any programming language available to an extent. And yeah, it is ideal for real-time data processing workloads. It is scalable with parallel calculations that are run across a cluster of machines, as well as being fault tolerant, also known as it fails fast but it auto restart, meaning when workers die, Storm will automatically restart them without disturbing the entire operation. If a node dies, the worker will be restarted on another node. With the aforementioned reasonings, we can deduce that Storm is a very reliable and easy to operate tool. Experts in the software industry consider Storm to be the Hadoop for real-time processing. While real-time processing was becoming a much talked about topic among the professionals and data analysts, Apache Storm evolved with all those capabilities which were needed to fasten up the traditional process. And yeah, and I think that is enough from Apache Storm. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, thank you very much. It's also good things. Yeah, Apache Storm is one of the massive, I call massive tools that used by a lot of startup and company to establishing the, to catching all the data from to the source. Yeah. So it is very efficient and also very tough for gathering the data. So that's will be the key point of the Storm. Yeah. So I also have one curious question. Yeah. So what do you think? What is the most? I think you state about Nimbus. Yeah. What the function of Nimbus actually in this Storm?
So the Nimbus, it works as like it's responsible for like the whole monitoring and giving the correct tasks. So when data is coming in, it is run smoothly, and yeah, it just I think it tracks well. I think yeah, it's something like that. It's responsible for like giving the correct tasks and monitoring the performance of the data during the process. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much. It's correct. Yeah. So Nimbus, that would be that function. Thank you very much for the team for the presentation. Good work.
Thank you, sir.